4 fucking jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester!
I regret my vote. I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump. And now, in the first few weeks of his presidency, thousands of people are losing their jobs. I lost my job. I was the director of operations of bear studies. For the last 4 years, we've been studying whether or not bears in fact shit in the woods. And now it's gone. It's all gone. What am I supposed to tell my family? What am I supposed to tell them? If you voted for Trump, I don't even know what to say.
Lloyd, what's the message?
Jesus died on that cross so we could live, and this is not living.
Amen. I respect that.
It hurts my pride to post this video, but I am freaking out about money today. I absolutely know that I'm not alone. I know that a lot of the people who voted for Trump did it because they thought that he was going to lower the cost of living, and very much the opposite has happened. And when the budget bill passes, because it's probably going to, probably a 98% chance they will find a way to pass it. Even if you're not on Medicare or Medicaid, which I'm not, I have health insurance through my company, it's likely that our health insurance premiums are going to go up. And the Fed is saying that they're not going to cut interest rates anytime soon. So we are literally backed into a corner where many people are now financing their groceries. They're putting like sandwiches on layaway, bitch. I am a lucky person who is at least living slightly above paycheck to paycheck, but I have a bunch of credit card debt that I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of.
Family, I do believe that the God of black people is punishing white America. You know, in the just concluded elections of 2024, many white folks voted Donald Trump thinking that the interests of white people would be put to place. They thought that the white supremacist agenda would go on and black people would continue to suffer in America. And family, that is not the case right now. Everyone is being subjected to the same difficulties because right now the cost of living is very, very expensive. And fam, to me, this is just but a sign of punishment from God. You understand, black people have been suffering in America for a very long time, since the days of slavery. Black folks are still being subjected to a lot of racism. Black people are still being discriminated in America in 2025. And family, white Americans voting Donald Trump is just another way that God is punishing white America right now. Everyone is feeling the heaviness that comes with the prioritizing a white supremacist, with prioritizing a person with fascist agendas in government. So family, in this video, you want to learn why I think that the God of black folks is punishing white America. Family, I want you to watch this video till the end. Kindly, I want to post a few of the videos of white people crying, and you all will understand why I'm saying this. So family, I want you to watch the videos. Once they're done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. I'd also request in a special way that you all support me through buying me a coffee. Most of you guys have been doing that, and the link is on my bio. So fam, let's watch this video together.
Liberals, you were right. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I didn't listen. I'm really starting to regret voting for Trump. Just everything that's going on right now, the financial tension with China, the global instability, the media chaos, the way that Trump's handling things. I mean, look at the stock market, the volatility, the way he talks, the backlash, the drama. My God, I'm starting to think we made a mistake putting him back in. I get it. Maybe you liberals had a point. We needed more stability, more compassion, more... Just kidding. You guys couldn't really think that that was true. This is exactly what we voted for. This is exactly what we wanted. Shake things up, call out corruption, put America first. It's gonna get bumpy for a little while, y'all, but we're literally undoing 4 years of absolute hell. Trump is doing what needs to be done. The market is already rebounding. The whole world is trying to come to the negotiating table. Things are getting better. Confidence in our country is coming back, and this man is who we need in office. This man does not back down. So no, I actually don't regret a damn thing. Keep it going, Donald Trump. Let it burn and build it back better. What do you say? Let me know in the comments and repost if you agree.
I am an ex-Trump supporter. I knew this was going to happen. Years ago, during his first run, during his first term, I had issues with Donald Trump. I went into the whole Trump phase because I was very anti-war, and I didn't like Hillary. I didn't like a lot of past presidents of the time. I grew up during the Bush war era. So when Trump was all, hey, I'm anti-war, I'm criticizing everybody, Democrat, Republican, I'm like, I'm gonna give this guy a chance. But then he continued to send airstrikes into Syria. Then there was the $8 billion arms deal, and every time I tried talking about it, Trump supporters just yelled at me, trust the plan, bro! Is the plan working yet? Is it? Fast forward me to burning a MAGA hat on a charcoal grill, roasting some marshmallows. Don't worry, I did not consume said marshmallows. Lost 80,000 followers on my YouTube channel, only to find out I was right. I was right? Huh! Years later to find out I was actually right. Now mind you, I don't want to be right about the situation. I am very, very scared. I'm a military wife. I have no idea what's going to happen with my family, with my husband. But it's times like these, after years and years and years of people telling me how much of a joke I was and how much of a grifter I was, I kind of want to relish in this moment. I'm terrified, but every time I see a post of a former Trump supporter talking about how they're leaving because it's not what they voted for, I tried to warn people. I tried to warn y'all. I really did. I did. I am scared though.
I regret my vote. I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump. And now, in the first few weeks of his presidency, thousands of people are losing their jobs. I lost my job. I was the director of operations of bear studies. For the last 4 years, we've been studying whether or not bears in fact shit in the woods. And now it's gone. It's all gone. What am I supposed to tell my family? What am I supposed to tell them? If you voted for Trump, I don't even know what to say except fuck you. All the money being taken, and all the jobs being lost. I don't know what to do.
All right, Trumpers, come and get me, fuck faces. Here we go. Listen, Donald Trump and his tariffs are back at it. I don't understand why, because here's the thing. You and me are paying for these damn tariffs. And here's the thing. Let me break it down for you MAGA freaks, okay? When you go to the grocery store and the shit is more expensive, you go buy a can of beans and the beans is normally $1 and now they're $2, you're paying for the tariffs because the companies are not eating it. And Donald Trump is saying that we've raked in billions, if not trillions of dollars on tariffs. Why are we not being transparent with where this money's going? Not only that, he's also talking about implementing more tariffs throughout the world, which is also going to create more job loss, just like with John Deere laying people off, Walmart laying people off. The company that I work for, we are going on a hiring freeze starting next month. We are not hiring any more bodies. They will shift people around where I work because of Donald Trump's tariffs. We're getting a week off for Thanksgiving. We're getting a week off for Christmas. We've already been told that. The place that I work, we work 24/7, 7 days a week. That building runs, but not off Donald Trump. So tell me how we're fucking thriving. If you think we're thriving, you are delusional. Go look at yourself in the mirror because you're crazy.
I continue to see video after video of MAGA defectors. These are people who voted for Trump up to 3 times and now totally regret their vote. Whatever that line is, it's been crossed. For many people, it's the Epstein files. I continue to be slightly confused as to why that is the line. But it is the line for a lot of people. And some of the problems I'm seeing, and forgive me for saying this, comes from the left side, who are refusing to accept these people who no longer want to align themselves with Trump. There are plenty of people who are born and bred left-leaning. But there are so many people in this country who absolutely have not had the chance to deconstruct some of the propaganda they were raised with. And it's taken till now. So we have two options. We either reject those people or we accept them. And if we don't accept them, I think we're going to have a giant problem moving forward.
Does anybody else feel like we've been duped? Because I don't remember signing up for any of this shit. I'm literally busting my ass every day for food, water, clothing, and shelter to exist on a planet that I didn't ask to be here. I didn't choose to be born. And who decided that this was the way that things had to be? Because from my understanding, that whole barter system was going pretty well until somebody decided, you know what? That's not working out. We're going to make them pay for the privilege of living. And while we're thinking ahead, let's make them pay for the privilege of dying. If you ever want to understand why I don't believe in God, this is it right here. Because I can't believe that an omniscient being is looking down on all of this that he's created, allegedly, and says, you know what? Yep, working out just fine. Let's see how this thing plays out. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Because this isn't the way that life should be. I'm sorry. It's just fucking not.
Can we talk about inflation for a second? I went for a run and, as you know, have my best thoughts when I was running. And I was thinking about how the other day I went to Larchmont and I ordered a matcha. It was $6.25. And when they punched it in, it said $7.50. And I was like, excuse me, why does it say $7.50 when you punched it in? And she's like, oh yeah, we raised the prices, but we haven't updated the board yet. And I was like, and she said, oh, also if you want almond or oat milk, it's going to be an additional 75 cents. And I'm like, well, I will not be having that. Thank you. I'm not spending $10 on a matcha, which PS, I don't like that I drink matcha, but coffee gives me anxiety. So I had to switch. I know it's bougie, but anyway, $10, like with the tax, with the tip, that's insane. And then I went to my local coffee shop and the same thing happened. I ordered my matcha. It used to be $6 and now it's $7.50. I'm no mathematician, but I think that's like a 25% increase, which is absolutely bonkers. That's way above the 3% cost of living inflation increase. And then I got a book off my shelf and it was from when I first moved to LA. There was a receipt in there. It was like my first diner breakfast. And I looked at the prices and just compared. An omelet used to be $12, now it's $15. A friend came to town and I was looking for happy hour drinks because, you know, trying to save some money. And you know how Google Maps has like images? I saw an image of an old menu from 4 years ago. The happy hour beverages were $8. Now they're $12. Can you imagine 4 years ago thinking that $12 was a deal for a happy hour beverage? That's absolutely crazy. So like, what is happening here? Why is everything so much more expensive? Also, my health insurance is an extra $100 a month. So that's $1,200 a year. Like everything in the last year is so much more expensive. And again, is way beyond the 3 to 6% inflation increase that we should be seeing. So what is going on? Like, how are we supposed to stay afloat?
No, because fuck you, America, for making me pay, or for making me work 4 fucking jobs! 4 jobs! While I'm in college in rural fucking Tennessee and I can barely pay my own fucking rent and I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 fucking jobs and I still can't graduate on time and I still can't graduate early even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester! It's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair anymore. It's never been fair, not in my lifetime. And will it ever be fair? No, because I'm a woman in America. Oh my God. I just want to live in peace, America. And I will one day. Probably somewhere fucking else. Anyways, look how cute my nails are.
It hurts my pride to post this video, but I am freaking out about money today. I absolutely know that I'm not alone. I know that a lot of the people who voted for Trump did it because they thought that he was going to lower the cost of living, and very much the opposite has happened. And when the budget bill passes, because it's probably going to, probably a 98% chance they will find a way to pass it. Even if you're not on Medicare or Medicaid, which I'm not, I have health insurance through my company, it's likely that our health insurance premiums are going to go up. And the Fed is saying that they're not going to cut interest rates anytime soon. So we are literally backed into a corner where many people are now financing their groceries. They're putting like sandwiches on layaway, bitch. I am a lucky person who is at least living slightly above paycheck to paycheck, but I have a bunch of credit card debt that I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of. And again, it feels like shit to admit that on a public platform, but I think it's really important to understand that desperation for a lot of people leads them to a place where they will do anything to fix their circumstances, especially for those of us that have children. And I do understand that MAGA was simply desperate for any change. And that is why Democratic Socialists always win elections, because they're addressing the actual problem for the vast majority of people, which is the affordability crisis. And now we're staring down the barrel of another fucking gun. They're going to do this again, and life is going to get more expensive, and there are more tariffs coming, and what are we supposed to do? I am sick to my stomach thinking about all of the Americans that are about to have no health insurance at all. I just don't think that people understand how many Americans are about to lose their lives.
Family, whatever you've seen in this video just proves you that the God that we serve is a living God. You know, for the longest time, the white man has always been on the top in America. He's always been privileged. You know, the white folk has always been very, very privileged, that some of the things that he's been getting through the privilege that comes with whiteness has been normal to them. You know, they do not notice that there are other races outside here that actually are suffering in America. The white privilege has made the white man, you know, to see privilege as a normal thing. Unlike on the other side, where black people are suffering, they're not getting opportunities, you know, it's all thanks to discrimination and the slavery that was started, you know, in the very beginning of the foundation of America. The black man has always been put to struggle. He hasn't gotten the opportunities that the white people are getting in America. When we look at economically, more white folks can get opportunities easily compared to black counterparts. Many a times, white folks get opportunities that even black folks have qualified enough to get. And in this video, we've seen a lot of white people complaining about the cost of living, regretting voting Donald Trump. Most of them actually voted Donald Trump thinking that the privileges they've always had will proceed, that they will continue. But family, racism is expensive. You know, when you think that voting a white supremacist would give you the privileges you've always enjoyed, you know, that's where most of the people went wrong. They did not care what it takes for this leader to be there. They did not care if this leader actually has the merit to serve Americans properly. What they saw in the time was color. And family, that was the failure of white Americans having to think with color, because records are clear that this guy was not a reputable leader to rule America. Family, right now, whatever we are seeing with the cries is something that myself, I foresaw it. You know, when I heard that Donald Trump was the president of the United States of America, I was like, yo, you all don't know what will be happening. I knew that there'll be a far-from moment where MAGA voters will be crying, you know, and regretting voting for Donald Trump. Most of these people voted for Trump because they wanted their interests to be met. They did not think about the minorities. They did not think about the black folk. The black man has always struggled in America. Let us be honest. Look at the days of slavery, Jim Crow, mass incarceration. The black man has always been the victim. Look at the days when black folks tried to build a black-only community. You remember the Black Wall Street, 1921 massacre. Remember what happened? You know, the black community was gotten rid of. People were killed, man. Whatever we are seeing in America today is punishment. Divine punishment from God, because we cannot take all these for granted. We cannot assume the lives of black people that were lost on that fateful year, in 1921. The very survivors of that massacre are still not yet paid. They were supposed to follow up with reparations, but the Supreme Court denied them, the opportunity to get reparations. That just shows us whatever is happening in America today, is something that God divined. This is God's divine punishment to white America. You all thought that whatever you've perpetuated in black communities over the years is gone. No, it's not. It's very unfair right now that whatever was perpetuated in black communities over the years has never gotten justice. To me, reparations is justice. To me, treating black people well, is just another way to tell them that you are sorry. But we're still seeing racism today. We're still seeing white folks voting the wrong leaders. They are voting them to ensure that black communities are continuing to be suppressed, because this guy has always shown his racism side. They'd rather vote for racism. They'd rather vote for a leader they know would put fascist agendas, on top in America. They do not care. They do not care the qualities of their leaders. But right now, the repercussions they are facing is God's divine punishment to America. The God of black people is finally striking white America. Family who knew an American that has never subjected its people to the universal health care because they knew that black folks would benefit from it. Today, we are seeing white people struggling to pay for the same healthcare services. We are seeing more GoFund programs just for people to be able to raise medical fees. We are seeing cuts in Medicare and Medicaid. And this all thanks to voting a leader, who you thought would put your interest ahead of the general interest of all Americans. Family, what you're seeing today, and I repeat again, without any fear of contradiction, what you're seeing today in America is God punishing white America. Black folks have been through all these messes over the years. Black people are already used to this one. Black people are, in fact, tougher. They are working so hard to ensure that they change their story because they know what history has done to their people. They know where they've come from. They know where they are headed. No privileges. You just have to come from nowhere, from nobody to somebody. That has been the situation of black communities in America. And family, whatever you're seeing right now in America, I repeat again, is punishment from God. Family, when you see these white folks crying, they knew that their interest would be met. They knew that black people would be suppressed in the process. When you look at even the college fees right now in America, they are very, very expensive because they were trying to ensure that black people do not get education. Family, it's so sad that this is happening, but to me, I believe that this is God's divine punishment. Family, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this video. According to myself, I do believe that this is America's divine fall. For the longest time, we've seen scholars, we've seen spiritual leaders saying that they are foreseeing America's fall. Family, this is just by the start. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about the video. Kindly like the video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users, and I'd really, really appreciate. Fam, we are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers. I'd really, really appreciate if you all could take your time, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends and family. Thank you, and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.